pretty small. I don't know, size of like a four-wheeler or something. One looking outside is kind of like a blackish, I'm going to call it like a container. I can't really tell though what the shape is. It's just so slow and so small and you can't see it because you're so close. I'd honestly be worried about hitting it before you know it was there. I'm going to call it a balloon. You can definitely see strings hanging down below, but I don't see anything below it. I'm going to call it a balloon. You can definitely see strings hanging down below, but I don't see anything below it.
Well, this morning we have some new photos from what New Yorkers think are flying UFOs above Manhattan.
This comes as a new report says UFO sightings are up this year in New York. Gerard Jabali is right here with us to show us what the evidence looks like.
One of my favorite topics, guys. So the National UFO Reporting Center, founded back in 1974, says UFO sightings are up 4% in New York City. So last year there were 27 sightings. This year, a whopping 28. National UFO Reporter Center lets users upload pictures of depictions of what they've seen around the world. This is a picture from Queens someone took on September 21st. That submission says the craft was changing directions, going left and right and up and down and hovering multiple times, going all over the place. And they say it lasted about 5 minutes. Now, the Empire State Building seems to be an attraction as well for UFO sightings. At least 13 reports mention the skyscraper, including this one from back in February. The person who submitted this says they took the pictures while at a crosswalk, didn't notice the 6 orbs until the next day. Guys, I'm not saying it's aliens, but it's probably aliens.
It's always good to know you're not alone, but not actually in this case.
I don't know. I think it's drones. Thank you for watching.
This is essentially all of the data we have associated with this event from some years ago. It is going to be virtually impossible to fully identify that just based off of that video.
That was the director of the Defense Department's All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office saying the U.S. is investigating more than 650 UFO sightings. And also you saw some of that new video that was declassified showing an unidentified object moving in and out of frame. Well, 650 is a jump from the 366 new sightings released in a January report. Joining us now to discuss, filmmaker and UFO investigator Jeremy Corbell. Jeremy, thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
So we know the U.S. is now tracking more than 650 potential UFO sightings, and of that, they say 171 defy explanation, unexplained. You're one of the foremost experts on UFOs. What are your sources telling you about that sheer number?
Right. Well, there's no real expert on UFOs. UFOs have always remained a mystery, and this has been with humanity a long time. This isn't a new phenomenon. The difference today is that we have a forward-facing UFO program to study these anomalies. As Senator Gillibrand said in the UFO hearing, is that we know there are craft of unknown origin that are advanced, more advanced than the United States, and they're not ours. So that in itself is the problem. You know, she said, we don't know who made them, where they are from, or how they operate. So this is the essential point of the UFO puzzle. Somebody has these craft, and it's just a matter of finding out who.
What's to say this isn't just advanced tech from another country like Russia or China versus actually being extraterrestrial in origin?
Right. Well, we don't know where UFOs are from. We don't know the intent, but we do know that it's not our technology. And if it is another adversarial nation, if it's Russia or if it's China, we're in big trouble because they represent a propulsion, a technology that is so far beyond what we have now. We'd be in really deep water. The problem is that the UFO puzzle, this mystery, has been with us since human beings have taken flight. If you listen to the pilots and the service people that have engaged UFOs, like Commander David Fravor has chased one for the United States government, this is not a technology that we can easily say is another foreign nation.
Okay, and then we were just taking a look at that video. Would love for you to take a look at it. That mysterious silver shiny orb, this new video just released in the last week, the Pentagon tracking this object. What can you tell us about this object, and are there more like it?
Yeah, well, that's the big deal. See, this organization, Arrow, to study UFOs, they eliminate things like balloons or birds or pilot error or sensor error. So what we're looking at when there's an unresolved case is something that is truly anomalous until we can figure out what's going on. That is not an aerodynamic shape. You might know that I obtained and released with my mentor in journalism, George Knapp, into this orb from 2016 called the Mosul orb. It was in the UFO files of our government, and it was leaked to us as an example, and it was shared with our service people, educating them on what UFOs look like. 51% of UFOs are spherical without known means of propulsion.
Okay, I appreciate that. Does the Mosul orb have you convinced that there is extraterrestrial life that is advanced beyond our imaginings?
Look, I think it would be a lack of imagination not to understand the vastness of the universe. Of course, there's advanced intelligent life. The big question is, are they coming here? And the bigger question that Arrow has to answer is, have we been reverse engineering technology not made here on Earth? And I know for a fact that Dr. Kirkpatrick has received testimony from 24 whistleblowers telling him that there are UFO exploitation programs of hardware and where to find it. So that's a hurdle he's going to have to jump when it comes to verifying that information.
All right. I wish we had more time. It's a big topic, but I really appreciate your time tonight. Jeremy Corbell, thank you so much.
Thanks for covering this.
Thank you for watching.
Why is my phone not focusing? Do you have it?
Yeah.
Send that to me. What the fuck is that?
Bruh. It's red.
Dude, wait, why is it going straight up? That's not a meteor.
It just went in the cloud. No, it's not a meteor. It's going up.
What the fuck was that?
That shit went in the cloud, bro.
Wait, what is that?
Double. 5 times. 10 times. Very hard to track with digital stabilization. That's standard zoom right there. Oh, look, a UFO. Oh, well, look at that. That's actually a balloon. Wow. That's pretty cool. They roll it in and out of focus. That's 10 times zoomed in right there.
Das ist ein UFO, Digga.
Ich hab echt kein... Nee, das ist vor allem gerade...
Was ist
war
das?
kein Licht mehr da und dann jetzt... Doch. Ist aufgefolgt von dieses rote Licht.
Ey, ich film es lieber, oder?
Digga.
Hä? Ich film's lieber, oder?
Ja, film's mal, vielleicht ist es ja was. Oh Mann, du kennst auf jeden Fall.
Was ist das?
Sieht mies komisch aus. Das... Was?
Das lässt so Sachen fallen.
Was? Was ist das? Was?
Es ist weg.
Nee, es ist da
noch ganz da, ja, noch ganz bisschen.
Man sieht den Flugstuhl. Was hat das gerade fallen gelassen? Ich check's auch nicht.
Also auf der Cam ist es weg.
Now, Lieutenant Ryan Graves was the first U.S. active duty Navy fighter pilot to testify before Congress about his experience witnessing UFOs. Lieutenant, good morning. Thank you for being here.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Great to have you. So, can you describe some of your own experiences with UFOs?
Certainly. As an F-18 pilot, we were flying off the coast of Virginia Beach, and we were almost on a daily basis seeing on our radar, on our cameras, and with our eyeballs, objects that weren't supposed to be there. We were seeing dark gray or black cubes inside of clear spheres that were operating anywhere from stationary, zero airspeed, even in the wind, all the way up to upwards of 1.1 to 1.2 Mach, which I personally witnessed.
So lawmakers have signaled a hearing on some of these new revelations is coming. And you've said in previous interviews, this is an issue of national security. So what are your biggest concerns and how would you like the government to address them?
Yeah, so first off, I'd like to just offer a lot of support for David and any other whistleblowers that are considering coming forward. We need to remember that this isn't happening in a vacuum. This is happening in response to very specific legislation that Congress created and was signed into law by President Biden in December of 2023. And so what we're now seeing the result of that legislation come forward. We need to now put the onus on Congress to investigate the claims that that David has put forward, and it'll then be in Congress's hands to be transparent with that information they learn.
All right. And why do you believe, we have about 30 seconds left, there's a cloud of mystery surrounding UFOs? If the government does have proof, why do you think they want to keep this under wrap?
I don't know, but I think we're starting to see the process, the risk associated with keeping this under wraps for too long. We've recently had incursions into our airspace over the continental United States, and that would have likely gone undetected if we didn't modify our sensors to be looking for objects more similar to what we've been experiencing both on the East Coast, as well as that has been testified by Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick in the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office.
All right.
If anyone wants to pressure their Congress people to be interested in this topic, I encourage them to please visit safeaerospace.org to show the representatives that this is an issue that they care about.
Well, we appreciate you speaking out, being with us this morning. Lieutenant Ryan Graves, thank you for your voice.
Thank you for watching.
We physicists say, follow the evidence. Follow the people who have access to the evidence. Now, this is right out of a Hollywood script. In the past, we've had farmers and suburbanites say they saw something out there. The burden of proof was on them to prove that they were extraterrestrial visitations. Now the burden of proof has shifted. Now the Pentagon has to prove that these aren't extraterrestrial. And now we have this senior Pentagon official, former Pentagon official David Garouche, who says that there are evidence of not just the wreckage of UFOs, but an intact vessel, perhaps even the bodies. Now there is a debate within the Pentagon itself at the highest level, with different people within the military contradicting each other. And so I think that this is a good thing, because now perhaps the truth will come out.
The Las Vegas UFO mystery just got more interesting, with officials adding security cameras to private property. We also have more ring cam footage you'll have to see to believe, a possible explanation as to why the videos are so blurry, and an update from the family. Ring cam footage from neighbor 1. Ring cam footage from another neighbor. And probably the creepiest ring cam footage I've ever seen that matches the description of what the family saw. I also found someone on TikTok analyzing the footage and actually showcasing some of the creatures you guys mentioned in the comments. Check this out.
To find the aliens in front of these guys, but I noticed something insane, and I want everybody, my two friends who will watch this, to take a look down, pay attention to two areas. We're going to look down here on the bottom right behind their fence and right up there. But we're going to first start down here because I found something crazy.
Spots I wasn't even focused on holding more mysteries.
To this video, and I'm going to point out two things you need to pay attention to right here, which is the head, and if you look really close, and what you will see in about a minute is a hand. That I believe is some creature, non-human, crouching down, and that was its eye I just pointed at. And I want you to pay attention to what appear to be fingers running up the fence, as if it's kneeling down or something and peering out. And then there you go, see the fingers? And I think I go back and forth a couple times here, but it looks to me like There's a little other or a big creature looking through the fence on the bottom there, crouched down. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but you tell me. And then there's his fingers going right up and down, up and down. Just looks like almost a human hand crawling up the fence. And at the very beginning, you see an eye. And I think right here, I show you the fingers. This is my really poor attempt at drawing over the fingers, but you get it. So what's really interesting about this is it is happening next to them and kind of in front of them, but behind a fence. Yeah, the fingers are really crazy. So I think I'm going to show it one more time, and then I zoom out and I'll show you what even made me realize this was here. So, okay, so see how many different times I was looking. So what I noticed was if you look at the top right, look at the top right now, there's actually a shadow figure. It almost looks like it's a dense, shadowy figure comes into frame. If you're looking right, at the 3 fence posts,
while this TikToker showcases a being more to the left.
Guys, and they're not human. They're 100% they're not human. Peaceful person beside it, and another one's beside it, and it has big eyes and looking at us, and it's still there.
Okay, where is this on your property?
In my backyard. Big eyes. They have big eyes,
Okay.
like I can explain it, and big mouth.